You just been slammed, mother trucker. Hey guys, so we're back, and get an episode out of this. We're back in our kingdom, and I wanted to get an episode out, because I'm going on a week's worth of vacation, so I definitely wanted to get an episode out before that, just so you guys had something to watch. But why don't we jump into this? And a subscriber of mine actually mentioned to me about, I think last time, those beetles, what were they called? Drunk beetles, something like that. Come on, mate. I'm lagging. This is gonna take a little bit. Okay, so on the last episode, a friend of mine actually mentioned, or not a friend, well, I suppose you can call it a friend, a subscriber of mine actually mentioned to me about those beetles that I was going for last episode, and apparently they are actually outside the dungeon, so I don't actually need to go in. I think that's what she said. Is that what she said? I don't know. I'll make a look for them. Okay, so I gotta pick these up. Today I feel awesome. I could take on the whole world. Okay, that's fine. So let's pick these up. And how far are these gonna go? 10 days? Okay, so let's pick these up. And what's item all? Okay, then let's pick that up. And then let's open this and this, and I'm gonna have to wait for that. Okay, so as I was saying, a subscriber of mine actually mentioned to me about those drunken flower beetles. Okay, let's go there. And apparently they're like near the entrance. I don't know if it's on inside the dungeon or outside, but we're gonna check that out. So shout out to Holly Howell for mentioning that to me. So thank you, Holly. It's gonna be quite a bit away. Oh, there we are. She was right. Okay. There we are. Okay. So that's one. Is there any more? Field Sprite. These ones definitely. Okay, so we gotta kill 5 of these. And then I need to go and sell this stuff. And I also need to go talk to my Eidolon as well. Let's actually open that. Do you need to change your equipment? No, don't need to see Eidolon. Let's just go with this one. Turns out playful and cute. I think the innocent maiden like me. They suit an innocent maiden like me best. Okay. I bet we can take on even the toughest of opponents. Yeah, okay. So close this, and I feel like something's hitting me. Okay, I was right. That's because it is. The question is, where is it? Okay, there it is. So as I was saying, I need to go and sell off some stuff. I need to go and sell off these Crimson Leaf Shawls. I need to go sell those off. Because I already have one of those. And Moonbeam Cloak. I need to actually check this. I think I'm going to... Because I can't see it, I don't know. What am I actually wearing? Moonbeam cloak, less blue light sash, less blue light gloves. Yeah, I should be wearing the moonbeam so I can actually sell these crimson leaf shawls. It's better that I wear those 3. So what is this? XP card non-tradable. Excuse me. And is there any more of these drunken beetles around? Let's just see. Actually, let's just quickly check if there's any of my friends online. Okay, this guy. The problem is there doesn't seem to be, and I still need to kill 2 more. What is that? Okay, that is 1. Okay, so that's that. Yeah, I don't need to see that. I don't know if you guys saw that. Some malware thing popped up. I'll take a look at that once I'm done recording. In the meantime, let us just defeat this guy. And is there any more of these? Yes, there is. Okay, so let us... Okay. Right, that's another quest done. Let's see what to buy. I think I should turn off the trade channel. And almost 6k health as well, which is good. You give the glams and arcane flowers to Halton. Monsters come forward, cocking its head and tranced by the sweet smell often from the glands balloons who can release natural items out of the ostrich's leech. After the glands of the flower beetles have been properly processed, we can use a distinct odor to draw out the most incredibly powerful king of flower traps. Okay. So what is... Okay, tokens... complete that quest. The King of Flower Traps is very powerful. Even Potter can't defeat it. If you want to take it down, you'll need to strip it of its power first. Okay, Spirit Skill Dust has positive energy. If you can tame the sprites and get them to help you, you can weaken the power of the King of Flower Traps. However, it's difficult for normal people to get close to the sprites. If you try to approach them, they flit away. But I'm sure you've got a trick up your sleeve, right? Okay. Okay, so she's talking to him. You are looking at an envoy of Gaia, that's me, who can control the power of Gaia that flows through all living things, so the sprites won't be able to detect and count. Okay. Despite Mally's vote of confidence, you insist that you will do your best, but can make no guarantees. Very well, Kinkan. Take the steel bag and find the sprites. First create a distraction, then when the sprites are at their weakest, catch one and bring it back. Okay, so what is this? Armadillo Wrap. Okay, so that'll be good. Blessed Blue Light Sash, gloves. We'll accept that for now. And I'm going to assume these are pets. I got about 10 minutes. I actually didn't know, but the time of my recording is actually in the top left-hand side, so I can actually keep a watch on that. I love taking a stroll into flower fields. Something about the scent lifts away all of your worries. Zzz. Okay, so she's sleeping. Okay, defeat Pleasant Blight. And close this. This should be pretty quick. That's 2 down. These things die so quickly. Another secret stone. I should go visit the secret stone merchant as well. Maybe inlay some of these? Not inlay, upgrade my other one. What's this? Okay, festival fishing hat, level 40 and above. The pensions. Okay, I need to save that. Lucky moonlight sash. Actually, oh, 4. Okay, we may as well. We'll I've actually dropped quite a few FPSs. I've gone about half. Crap. I hate that. Okay. So let's just kill this. Okay, so that's done, and then we need to go and kill these flower field sprites. And are they nearby? Yes, they are. I feel like these guys actually die quite a bit slower. Okay, and let's see. What is that? Okay, eavesdrop. No, I don't want to eavesdrop on anyone. Let's just hope I don't hit a 666. Let's also go over here and kill these. That's 2 more, and then we are also nearly done the quest. And 1 more. Okay, so that's done as well. And we can go to this Halton guy and 4. You give the captured supply to Halton. Excellent, everything's going according to plan. We finished up population, so now we just need to go to the flower field and defeat the king of the flower tops. Yeah, I'll do that. Or you're even going to get me to do that, aren't you? Okay. Though you captured a sprite successfully, if we let it out, it will escape immediately. Without another word, Halton reaches over and plucks a single hair from your head. You gasp in shock and demand to know what the big idea is. I'm sorry, but legend has it that if you want a sprite to calm down, you must let it get used to your scent. Your hair inside the bag with a captured sprite. Okay, you suppose that makes sense, though you suddenly have a wicked headache. You ask how to use a sprite to defeat the king of the flower trap. Okay, take the land to the flower field. Meanwhile, the spot won't get used to your scent. I'll send someone to meet you and help you deal with the king of flower traps. And hey, since you're heading to the flower field, could you take... What's this? Okay, medium HP potion. So let's actually accept this and defeat evil flower traps. Bag's Blight, okay. I thought that would end up being a pet. We've at least done 2 quests this episode. Probably won't get this one done as well. And then I will... Wait, what? Okay. That's how many? Oh, that's 3. Okay. Okay, so you're gonna die. And actually I need to eat one of these. And I got one more of these to kill. Yep, not when you're by my side. Okay, so we need to go and find these giant flower traps now. What's the king of the flower traps? I don't know. I want to see how big he is. Hopefully he's at least a little bit intimidating. I'm only at 6k health, which is awesome. Okay, so take this down, and then... Is that only 3? Four... 5. Okay, talk to Jesse. Excuse me. Control 4. Team and Seafood, I gotta keep getting stronger. Next time I'll win for sure. I'm assuming you leveled up. I don't know. You hand the glance and bag contains Spectre displaying that you've eliminated a good deal of flower traps on the way to the field. Everyone in Lunarland is talking about you. I'm glad to finally meet you in the flesh. I was worried you were a figment of their hopeful imagination. Help you with the king of flower traps. Mate, I can beat him by myself. Oh, so you're gonna get that Sprite to do whatever. Or maybe it might end up as a pet. We'll have to see. You can weaken the negative energy coming from the King of Flower Traps. I almost forgot. We need to use a glance to them out. King of Flower Traps hates the smell of flower beetle glands, but the sprites love it. Grilled head cheese. Tame Sprite knocks back and forth happily. It seems to love the scent. King of Flower Traps hides deep inside the flower field. Even though you have the Sprite with you, you can't let your guard down. Use a glad smell to draw out the King of Flower Traps and then slay the beetle. Hopefully we can bring good news to the village chief. Hopefully. Mate, this thing is going down. Don't you worry. So we need to go and find this. Go into the flower field flanked by sprites and use drunken flower beetle lands. Okay, so let's actually just right click this. To lure out the King of Flower Traps and slay it. So use it where the King of Flower Traps lives. 8. Right click to use. Okay. Holy crap, he is big. But he dies so quickly. That was quick. And easy. Okay, I guess that's that. What is this? What a mailbox. Let's actually check it out. Okay, I don't know what that is. What portal? Go into the flower field flanked by flights. Okay, so that's complete. Who asked an outsider to take on such a dangerous task? What would we do if the stranger got injured? Halton should have known better than Antony and Potter and thinking things through. You're still in the village. Well, fine, stay here. Don't go running off. This is not a tourist attraction. There are dangers everywhere. Don't worry, mate. You explain to him that you've already defeated the King of the Flower Traps. As you speak, you point the sprite towards the flower fields. The sprite seems sad to leave. It moves off towards the flower fields, but looks back over the shoulder at you, a melancholy expression on its face. Well done, little sprite. Elmer watches the sprite leave. He tries to remain stoic, but a contented grin flits across his weathered face. Yes, well, I'm very grateful for your help, but I do wish you'd use a less harsh method. His words seem insincere, but he can't wipe the smile from his face. Yeah, will you give me that key now? To protect our ceremony, if I didn't lend this key to you, the villagers would think me unreasonable. However, though the issue with the King of Flower Traps has been solved, we still can't complete the ceremony. I'll give you the key on one condition. Help us retrieve our stolen ceremonial vessel so that we may complete the present ceremony, and I will lend you the key. I'm starting to like you more and more, stranger. Go to Antony and bring back a container large enough to fit a person inside. It sounds odd, but it's all part of our genius plan. I'm already starting not to like this. Okay. Obtain large urn. And I'm already past 20 minutes. Okay, well, I suppose we'll just do this quest and then we'll end it there. I don't know. I might even wait until I get the key. Explain why you've come to Antony. Yes, the village chief already told me the details. I have a large urn here that's normally used to store water. It should work perfectly. Take the urn to the village chief. You pick up the urn and get a good grip. Merrily leans in toward you. That village chief Omar seems to look to you as a part of the plan. If he needs help, why doesn't he just come out and ask? Okay. Large urn. Talk to Omar. I need to find out what implore means. I guess I'll look that up after the recording. Is that key really that important? It's been passed down in the village for generations, but no one knows exactly what it unlocks. You hand the large urn to Omar. I'll only send Potter to observe the gnomes. You just need to go cause a commotion outside the Mistwalker tribe, and Halton can hide inside the urn, then infiltrate the camp. Don't worry about Halton, we just need you to create a distraction. He'll take advantage of the commotion and find the ceremonial vessels. Okay, so complete that. And I got those. What are you going to say? Have I told you that I'm plugged into the All Eidolon radio? Well, not really. I just can hear the voices sometimes. It sounds like they're impressed by how strong you've gotten. Okay. Is it these ones? Yeah. Why can't I pick that up? Okay, I guess I'll have to do that later. Okay, let's... So let's put this in... and this. Let's assign that. Okay, I guess I'll have to go with that. Go to the north of the Mistwalker tribe in Kozilocus. Make sure the tribal patrolman cannot control the chaos. Remember to put the large urn the one Halton is hiding in near the gate. Afterward, meet up with Potter. Okay. Okay, so I need to take those, defeat the town patrolman. Let's actually go into town before I go over there. Because I want to get some of this stuff sold, and I want to get that secret stone thing done. Young man. Fateless. No. Okay, let's just go. Maybe he'll buy it off me. I don't know. Skip this. Show me what you got for sale. I guess you can buy this off me. And this. And buy this. What's this? Okay, I need to keep that. And the pensions gauntlets. And sell that. Sell that. I need to hang on to that. No, I don't want to sell that. I'll wait for the scalpel to make flour jam, which tastes excellent on cinnamon and raisin toasty pound. I don't know, I might just, do you know what, I'll sell them actually. Sell that. Little explosion. Rosemary powder. Excuse me. Lead powder, extremely flammable. Can I sell that? No. Okay, healing potion. Okay, so I don't think I can get rid of anything else. At least I've got one more of these things. In the meantime, I need to go and find the secret stone merchant. If he's even... Oh, there he is. No, not over there. And skip. I want to... close that. Extract. It's a good thing this doesn't cost anything, because... Can I get at least one level from this? 2. Okay, nice. So let's take that out. And let's put this in, and then this, inlay. Yes. Let's equip this. And I wonder if the Endwise path will let me do this now. I don't see why it's not letting me. Oh, okay, I guess I'll have to leave it. Let's go over to this travel patrolman and the other at the camp entrance. I guess I'll do that and then I'll get the key and then I'll end the video. This is going to take a little bit. And I'm being attacked. I'm putting down the ladder really quickly. Hid yourself to one side. Okay. Something gonna happen? Okay. Let's move this on to the warehouse quickly. Halton hid inside the lodge and managed to sneak into the Miss Walker camp. Now you need to stir up a commotion inside the camp to provide cover for Halton. Okay, should be easy enough, given how easy these quests are. Defeat Travel Patrolman. And I'm lagging. Lee Cage, Jesus. Pity I need to defeat 10 of them. Who won? I lost. Oh wait, I wonder... Channel, Whisper, Party Channel. Hide miscellaneous. No. That's better. Oh man, this file size is going to be huge. Glimmering Secret Stone. What was that? Anyway, I guess I'll have to go and kill some more tribal patrolmen. You're healing me, aren't you? How many more of these? Okay, so talk to Potter. You see that? Look at those gnomes. Look at them like chickens. Potter doubles over with laughter. Worked like a charm, it did. They never suspected the urn, so with Halton inside the camp, it looks like it's time for the next phase. Select item. I guess I'll take the armor one since I took the weapon one last time. What you need to do now is buy Halton some time to search the camp. That means you've got a laser that goes again. You seem good at that. Anyhow, okay. If the eyes are on you, they ain't gonna be on Halton. Just go in there swinging and don't stop for a while. That ought to give them a real show. Now, for maximum chaos, you'll want to be smashing down those tribal warriors. Okay. Armadillo gauntlets. Accept that. Let's actually do something here. Invite to party. Tribal warrior and tribal elder, so 5 of each. What are those? Okay, I don't know what they are. this really that far? Okay, wait. Okay, so... $24 versus 25. I wonder what does this do? Blow away plus hits enemies with heavy ice damage when the Eidolon is on the battlefield. Okay. I guess I'll have to take this one down too. Close this. And take down another warrior. And tribal elder. Clap. Announcement. And what the heck? Fragments. What are they? Steam bots. I wonder if they'll die. Control 4. I figured may as well. So tribal elder, no. I didn't even left click. Oh. So it's right click for that. I actually need to left click it. Tribal elder. Need to kill 3 more. It's gonna be a long episode. I suppose it's good, it just means, well, let's see, it's only almost 45 minutes, so what is that? That's at least 2 episodes worth. In fact, I might even take this to like an hour, so. I won't have to record too much then when I get back. In fact, I might even record tomorrow, I'll see. Because I leave on the 3rd. No. Well, let's see, if I do an hour, that's 3 20-minute episodes. Okay, tribal elder. How many more? Okay, just this last one. So that's 3 20-minute episodes, and I'm gonna be gone for about 6 days, 7 days. I'll need to do another hour and 20 minutes roughly. So I guess I'll do that tomorrow then. In fact, this might even end up going past the hour. I don't know yet. I definitely want to get it up to the, once I get the key, then I'll probably cut the recording. You should have turned up a storm in there. Halton should have all the time he needs to swipe back those ceremonial vessels. I guess you're as amazing as they say you are. I can handle these gnomes, but taking on so many ones will leave me gasping for breath. Okay, so complete that. Close. Okay, wait. It's Halton's show from this point out. You gave him the perfect setup, so now he's got to take the reins. Here's hoping he can get those ceremonial vessels back. Okay, you tell Potter that you briefly saw a robot amongst the tribe. I also killed 2. The gnomes are probably using those contraptions to bolster their security. Let's just hope Halton can get through there without being detected. by M, probably. I can't read that. After accepting this quest, you'll assume the identity of Halton and sneak into the Westwalker tribe to look for the ceremonial vessel. I knew they'd get me to do that. I guess let's do it. Harmful interference will immobilize nearby robots, though they can still see him and sound the alarm. Beam them up, will transport. Okay, can't leave that on soon. How can you attack so quickly? I can barely keep up. Okay, and I actually want to equip these. Okay, so ceremonial vessel. Now that I'm here, I have to find the stolen ceremonial vessel. If I walk along the road. Gotta avoid the robots, otherwise we'll have to retreat temporarily. What's this? Well, that's probably for my recording software. Sorry, there's a beeping in my ear. I'm assuming that's for my recording software. It's either that or the fact that those guys are watching. I can't really tell. Oh man, this is gonna be a pain. Okay, so I can only get each one once, is it? I don't know. I love how there's 5 of them. It's going more smoothly than expected. He's gonna catch me, isn't he? Okay, so I need to find the last one. Which is where I can't really tell. Give me a moment. Okay, he's not gonna catch me. Yeah, he is. Or not. We need to figure out where that last vessel is. I know it's going smoothly, but this is just freaking insane. because I can't see it anywhere. Guess I'll have to make a look around the camp. Wait, is that it? Something. Yeah, that's it. Oh man, I need 3 more. Well, I can go up there. I was just kind of hoping this wasn't one of those ones where the guy ends up like, if you go out of the area of the quest, then you end up automatically forfeiting. I hate those. I can't quote any on the top of my head, but you guys know what I'm talking about. Hopefully. Let's just see, is there any more? Okay, there's that. I'll just wait for him to go the other way. Okay, so just open this. Now only a stolen ceremonial tome is left to do. Okay, that's fine. Is that it? Well, the intrepid infiltrator returns. Did you find the ceremonial vessels? Need any medical treatment? Potter asks, eager to hear about the mission. You worry too much, Potter. I'm stronger than you think. Not a scratch to me. Not a scratch to me, in fact. No, not a scratch on me, in fact. Halton hands a few items he found to Potter. I found the boxes that contain the ceremonial vessels, but some of them seem awfully light. Okay, great. Thanks a lot. Halton retrieved the stone ceremonial tome and the ceremonial vessel successfully. Yeah, that's me. After meeting with the foreman Potter, the two of them left the Mistwalker camp in a hurry. Yeah, I guessed. Foreman Potter. Okay. Hold on, just a flower picking minute. Something's missing here. Potter fishes on but can't find ceremonial stones. While I was looking for the ceremonial vessels, I came upon a few robots that seemed more powerful than I'd expect, given the gnome's mechanical abilities. I think perhaps the ceremonial stones are being used to strengthen those automatons. I think that's how you say it. Halton, you go on back to the village with those ceremonial vessels. I'm seeing that a few pages of ceremonial tome describing the worship ritual has been torn out, and we ain't leaving without that fistful of pages or the stones. Understood. I'll leave those items here with you and King Khan. You can likely find ceremonial stones within the steamer robots themselves. We have to get them back. Haunton smashes his fist into an open palm to punctuate his thought. I was worried when the gnome still had ceremonial vessels. If we attacked the Mistwalkers head-on, we could have damaged the vessel, but now... King Khan, we need to head into camp and turn those steamer robots into scrap. Fly the ceremonial stones out of the wreckage and bring it back. Yeah, it's gonna be easy. And I can also bet I'll get a level from that as well, once I complete that. Potter notices ceremonial stone core is missing from the ceremonial vessel. Take the steambots. Defeat the steambots and retrieve the ceremonial stone core. Okay. No. Gnomes, huh? They're not the smartest bunch, so they make up for it by being overly aggressive. Keep on your toes. They won't let us just strut into the camp. Okay. How many? 5? That's 3 down. Oh no. I have to actually get the cores off from Great. Okay, type 2. Damage gear, ceremonial stone core. Okay. So I need to get this. Let's actually feed her. Feed. Large experience crystal. Yeah. Okay, so defeat Steambot and guess I'll have to take this one out. And this one, hopefully I'll get the core off that. Damage gear? I don't want damage gear. Oh, okay. Hopefully now I'm done. And I can actually get that key off the guy. Because I only want to get this uploaded as well. And I'm already at 59 minutes. 59 and a half. I think I'm probably going to get a level up from this quest as well. You intentionally hand the ceremonial stones to Potter. Potter carefully examines the stones. Doesn't look like they lost much of their energy. Just a little mystical recharge and then they should be good as new. Okay, complete that. Oh no. I'm gonna have to beat this guy now. I'm thinking those missing pages from ceremonial tome might have some magic like what the gnomes used to use. I've got no doubt that if those pages are here, the Elder has them. I'm betting if you take down Elder Rondel, he'll have plenty of information we'd find enlightening. Then all you need to do is tell the village chief whatever Rondel spills to you. Oh, costumes. Oh no, that's... Well, okay. I'm probably gonna go for the Divine Messenger. That looks pretty cool. Shine like an angel. I'm already liking that. Okay, so let's accept that. And defeat Lon and get Mysterious Letter. Where is he? Okay, so I'm at an hour. As I was saying, hopefully I can get an episode of this out tomorrow as well. Man, this recording is going to be like 24 gigabytes. See you, mate. The elder ran away in haste, resulting in an uproar amongst the gnomes. Okay. You found a letter on the floor dropped by the elder when he ran away. Is that it? I know exactly what you're looking for. Yeah, sure. Talk to Omar. Okay, hopefully now he'll give me the key. Let's actually close this. Let's drink one of these HP potions. And this is going to be a long way away, isn't it? Let's actually equip Beavers just to make this a little bit faster. For 16, and I'm actually dropping flames a little bit. Okay, and I'm back up. Let's hope to God he gives me the key now. You'll gladly inform him that you found no traces of the ceremonial tome's missing pages, but you found a letter with half of its wax seal torn. Wait, you what? Let me look at that. Almost snatches the paper from your hand, squinting at the details of the envelope before opening it. This is a plan, I think. A list of instructions which the gnomes must be following. Look, it starts with attacking the village and stealing ceremonial tome. Who gave the gnomes these instructions? Is someone controlling them? Maybe that's why they've taken all ritual items. It does make more sense. This situation has gotten a lot more serious. If we can use a Pokemon Seal to identify the writer, we can figure out who's calling the shots in this. Okay, so Divine Messenger complete. And let's actually equip that. And I've got another level already. Let's assign these character points. Assign that. And assign that. And what is this? You've learned a new mastery. It's not this one. Turning the body, defense plus 5%. I don't know. It's not weapon mastery. Yeah, it must just be in here. Execution Dragon Slayer. Master of Holy Sword Masteries at City of Navia. You know what, let's just take this one for now. The closing ritual ceremony of blessing passed down through countless generations. Those outsiders may not understand, but that doesn't... I wonder if I move... Okay, no. No. That must be a scholar from Navia currently staying at the Clark Farm. As for the contents of the torn pages from the ceremonial tome, maybe she can decipher that as well. How about you go to the Clark Farm and look for the scholar? I believe her name is Lucy. I'll use this time to prepare that key. You nod, gathering the ceremonial tome and letter from Omar's hands. You turn to head out when Omar calls out to you. Wait, I almost forgot. When Lucy was last in Lunaland, she asked Halton to post the church's request list, but I don't know if he managed to do it. Before you see Lucy, check the village's bulletin board. If you see a request from any of the church's scholars, let Lucy know. I want to keep up a good impression that, after all. Okay. So let's actually accept that. While you're on your way to the destination, Melody suddenly stops. You pause as well, wondering what's up. You turn to look at Melody, gazing at the sky with bewilderment. Concerned, you ask Melody what's going on. I hear them, others, calling out my name. I can hear them, but I can't see them. Where are they? Melody stares into the distance, murmuring. Seeing Melody acting strange like this makes you feel a bit nervous. Cautiously, you move to Melody's side and call out its name. You also... a few words. Hey, you can't hear those voices too? I feel like they're reaching for my very soul. I must go to the altar of the moon. It's important. You nod slowly at Melody, affirming that if it needs your help, you're more than willing to come along. Seems that I have to take you with me anyway. They want to see you too. Well, I guess it's off to the altar of the moon. What is this? Sigurd's Key of Gaia. Spell with all glory of the stars and night sky. Oh, I remember this guy. I think he was the same guy at the very start of the game. Oh, that's amazing. There's a sound calling from the altar of the moon. In order to investigate the source of the sound, you decide to go to the altar with your Eidolon. Oh, that's awesome. Well, I guess I'll have to do that in the next time. I guess let's actually minimize this. And let's open this. And main. Talk to Fame Quest. Someone thinks you should ask Rosie. Yeah, let's just talk to Fame Quests. Whatever the heck that means. I have to check the bulletin board. Excuse me. Let's actually equip this new costume as well. If it's in here. Ooh, I like it already. Okay, talk to Fame Quests. Let's... Quest commissions cover the bulletin board. You glance through the many flyers searching for a quest suitable for you. They call her a scholar. Bulletin board for any of the quests from the church scholars. After careful scrutinization, you determine that no such announcements have been posted. Perhaps Halton forgot to put them up? Understandably, with his eyebrows raised in surprise. Hey, speaking of duties, you ask Halton about the church's requests. Oh, that's what this is all about. Don't waste your time on it. I posted those requests a while ago. Hadn't been up for more than a couple of days before some travel tore it off the board. So, not only did I post the request, but someone's already taken care of it. You nod, looking at the board has gotten you curious about it. You decide to ask Halton about it. Every town and city, even Navia, has one of those bulletin boards somewhere. Typically, someone will post an ad requesting something to be done. Adventurers like to answer these ads as a way to make extra cash. Did you see anything interesting on there, King Can? You can always return to this board later to take a closer look. I'm sure there's a lot of work here for someone of your skill. Okay, actually, let's close this. Let's talk to Rosie. Is she in Navia? I don't know. I don't even think this is Navia. Maybe it is. I don't know. Let's just check it. Oh man. Awkwardly, clear your throat and tell Rosie that the requests from the church have been posted on Lunaland's board with other adventurers already answering the call. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that our requests have received some response. Feeling a little encouraged, you quickly introduce yourself. Oh, I love that costume already. That looks so amazing. Okay. Feeling a little encouraged, you quickly introduce yourself, then delve into the details of Omar's request. As you do, you hand her the ceremonial tome and the letter. Oh, I see now. You're the one who defeated King of the Flower Traps and retrieved the ceremonial tome. Rosie carefully spreads out the items before her as she talks. I didn't expect someone with such a reputation to be so young. Rosie studies you and Merrily with a stoic, analytical gaze. There's that word again. What is stoic? Okay, complete that. It shouldn't take me long to study this tome before I can tell you what's missing. Identifying the wax seal, on the other hand, will be much more something tedious task. The seal has been worn down almost smooth. From what I can gather so far, I can think of at least 5 tribes that may use markings like these on their seals. I'll need time to reduce the number. I want to try to recreate the seal. To do that, though, I'll need some soft shell powder. Rosie runs her fingers over the broken wax seal, brow furrowed in deep thought. Hey Clark, is it possible to get some soft beetle shells or some powders? Rosie suddenly lifts her voice, raising her head to look for the owner of the farm. I knew that getting that key wouldn't be easy. Shells, you say? Oh, we don't have those here, but you can catch some heliotrope beetles southwest of here. They don't have any natural powders, so the shells are quite soft. That'll work. Now I just need to obtain them. Rosie turns to pin you with an expectant look. You look at Merrily, then back at Rosie, throwing your shoulders back and nodding your head stiffly. You are ready for the job. Ah, good. In case you didn't hear, go southwest of Clark Farm in search of heliotrope beetles and obtain the shells. If possible, I'd also like for you to grind them up into fine powder before giving them to me. Okay. So accept that quest. And what is this? Did you see that? Rosie was totally checking me out. She's so funny. Okay. It's just me, things been kind of dull lately. To you, maybe to me, just being alive is an adventure. Do you remember that time we fought Tribal Warrior? Of course I do. That was a scrap for the history books. What are your Elka secrets? What's your favorite animal? What do you think of Seraph? Okay, that's fine. I guess. Let's go and collect this soft shell powder. Oh man. The question is how. How many 5? Shiny seed. Damage gear. Okay, yellow teeth. Actually, for the moment, let's actually salvage this. Okay, they don't do anything. Beetle soft shell X1 acquired. Soft shell powder. Okay, so let's make one. And let's go kill this. One second. Sorry about that, guys. So I've just been called out for dinner, which means that I'm gonna cut the recording and then I will be back. And I'm almost at 7k health, man. That is quick. Okay, so I will see you guys in a moment. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. Okay, you guys, so I'm back. Sorry about that. I had to go for dinner. So where were we? So soft shell powder. Sorry about that. So I need to kill off some of these beetles. And okay, so that's done. And talk to this guy. I feel like I'm in a funk. Okay, I'll leave that later. While conducting an archaeological research, you often run into this situation. I've seen it time and time again. You hand the powder to Rosie. Heliotrope powder isn't ideal in this situation, but with the state of the seal, it should be more than enough. Okay, so let's take this weapon fortification scroll. Next, I'll need some pure water to mix with the powder. If there's any impurities in the water, it'll come back to bite us when we're recreating the seal, I guess. Go to the southwest of Clark Farm and get a bucket of water from the shoal there. The water there will work best for our purposes. Okay, so accept that. I feel like I'm in a funk. It happens. Just keep in mind that a lot of people depend on you. Yeah, I know that. Sometimes an angel or demon loses its way and lives in terror. Do you remember that time we fought Tribal Warrior? Yeah, let's close that. And that. And let's turn the camera. You hand the bucket full of water to Rosie. Now we just need to mix it up, put the wax seal inside and wait for it to get clean. Rosie instructs primly, narrating each step of the process. King Khan, what brings you to village? We don't get a lot of outsiders here. Excuse me. You explain that you've come to Lunaland because you want to borrow the key to the Starlight Treasure chest from village chief Omar. The key to the Starlight Treasure chest? Rosie lowers her head. You can practically see the gears turning in her head as she continues her task. Recreating the seal requires some time. Why don't you come back in a bit? Rosie needs a bit more time. See if there's anything else he can do. How much time? Omar's a plan was something. Call of the exterminator. Reward. What is this? 5-slot backpack, not tradable. Lunaland Chief Omar, let's go here. He's going to give me the key, isn't he? I guess what I should do is actually do that call of something quest here as well. Wait, King Khan, don't leave just yet. I just thought since our village has had all these troubles and it was all thanks to you we got out of them, though I suppose it's not over yet. I just thought if I don't say something we'd kind of be taking advantage of you. Hearing Omar's words, you suspect this is probably how he expresses his thanks. That's just how old man Omar's personality seems to work. Anyway. Now then, come a little closer. While Omar speaks, he fumbles around behind his back, grasping here and there. Oh, so that's what that's for. Okay. Did I accept it? I don't... Let's talk to Omar. Here you go. Omar pulls out a package from behind his back. Handing it to you. Okay. You realize that it's a finely crafted calfskin haversack. Although it shows its age a bit, you can tell by the masterful workmanship that it was made to last. Who knows, you might find a use for it. Oh, never mind, just take it. Omar looks like he wanted to say something more, but perhaps out of embarrassment stopped short. Okay, so complete that. And I can use this backpack. Okay, so that was busy. Right, whatever that is, that's fine. Call of Gaia. I guess we can do this one. This is going to be quite a way away, isn't it? Catalan. Sell the Crystal Vanquest Hex Plus give you the reward. Colorful Jewels. Okay, Guild XP. Okay, let's actually leave that for the moment. I think the call is coming from the gigantic blue crystal. After you hear what the Eidolon said, you slowly approach the blue crystal. Altar of the moon. It's only blue crystal starts make loud red noise. An intense light appeared not too far off the ground, and a huge sound came from the sky. Then huge creatures descended from the sky, one after another, to stand in front of you. Each of these creatures exudes great power and stares at you quietly. The blue crystal light starts fading away as if it is waiting for you to connect with it. The spirits before you eye you with a cool demeanor. They don't seem like they have any intention to attack. Feeling safer, you and Merrily cautiously make your way closer to the blue crystal. Could it be the lessons of Gaia? I can feel such power coming from this blue crystal. Merrily looked shocked when touching the blue crystal. Suddenly the spirits, Eidolons, you now sense start moving. Your basic battle instincts tell you to prepare to fight. But in your heart, you know that you are no match for them in your current state. Hoping to give Merrily a chance to escape, you stand your ground, prepared for anything. It quickly becomes apparent that Merrily has other ideas as you watch your loyal friend purposefully walk towards the powerful spirits before you. Why have you called me here? Merrily's voice suddenly sounds so powerful. One of the Eidolons makes his way close to the blue crystal. He looks at you quietly, studying you before speaking to Merrily. Alas, you've heard our call, King Khan and Merrily. I am called Alias, the Knight of the Sun. Long have we waited your coming. Alias stands before you boldly. You see the air around him begin to shimmer with heat. Siglin, Alias, did we not agree that I was to speak for us? Your boisterousness is not what this moment calls for. Siglin's own temper flashes quickly in frustration. Uncertain of what's going on, you cautiously ask the Eidolon before you to explain what is going on, boldly stating that you are prepared to fight to defend Merrily, if need be. King Khan, I am the champion of the slain, Siglin. We call Merrily here because we wish to meet you, human. Siglin turns to Yamalos. I am Yamalos, the Emerald Tempest, and I am pleased to see you face to face at long last. All the Eidolons seem hold you in high regard, but why? Ever since the power of Gaia sprung up within your soul, many in the realm of spirits have been watching you. We sense your courage and determination. We feel the wisdom and kindness of your spirit. Kotonoha. It's true, we feel a certain kinship that cannot be described with words alone. That's why I, the nine-tailed vixen Kotonoha, wanted to make the trip to meet you. Belchandra. Well met, King Khan. I am Belchandra, the Empress of Torment. You are right to fear us, as mortals should, but today we have deemed you worthy to receive our aid in your travels. Are you getting the picture, King Khan? We are offering you the opportunity to have two among us join you in your quest to become your companions. I think you will agree that it will be highly beneficial for you and for this world. I see, my friends. It looks like we both think that King Khan is someone worth watching over. I wholeheartedly agree. King Khan, it would be folly to turn down the help of my fellow Eidolons. They're very powerful and could really be a help on our journey. We should accept the offer to join us. Siglin's Key of Gaia. Others, Siglin acquired. What is amazing? The question is he in this list or what? What happened? wonder maybe I can use the key. And this is actively either one. Okay. A life from beyond. Sigmund summons a brave hero someone to protect her party members. Loxon's divine power restores party members' health and enables them to reflect a portion of the damage they receive. Duranton sword cylinder then splays out of ice dust, dealing ice damage and additional damage over time. Slash of the champion Sigmund swings her sword blade to slash the enemy, dealing ice damage and decreasing their evasion. Generates high malice. Okay, I don't know what that does. Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? How do you feel about our tactics? Wait, we have tactics? I've just been charging in headlong and beating up the nearest monster. Oh, that's funny. How do you think I did against Heliotrope Beetle? You are always wearing armor. Don't you feel encumbered? Have you always had such long hair? Okay, 3. What do Eidolons do in daily life? Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? Oh no, nothing like that. I was just wondering. Wondering what? Okay, let's talk later, mate. Okay, so that quest is done. Call the Executioner. I don't know what that's for. Maybe that's for the same thing. I don't know. Let's actually find out. Mysterious symbol. Chief Wife Sheila. I guess I'll have to do that one later. We rarely get guests, especially such important ones. I like to make a good impression on them, but with all these annoying beetles flitting about near their research will be interrupted. Could you get rid of the glassy beetles southwest of Clarkfilm? If you see any beetle eggs, wash them. The filthy insects multiply at an alarming rate. Okay, let's accept that. Okay, I guess I'll just do this one and then... I guess I'll do this quest and then I'll cut the recording. Okay, let's see. Mania? Can't see. If I am, where is that egg? Well, there's 2. Okay, glassy beetle. Excuse me. That was quick. Yes, that'll do. Okay, talk to Clark. Lucy and other researchers are investigating the Alabastron Temple ruins. The place has been abandoned for centuries, but in ancient times, lunar ceremonies were held there. However, the church suddenly decided to close down the Alabastron Temple, so it's been vacant ever since. People rarely go near it anymore. You explained that you eliminated a good deal of grassy beetles, but they seem to bounce back quite quickly. I'm ashamed to say that I've been so busy talking to those people that I've neglected the farm work. I need to make up for that now. Clark sighs, his cheeks flushed. Okay, I might even just go until the key, I don't know. I've actually already made up some pesticide. I still haven't had a chance to get out there and spray. The farm has suffered because of it. Please go around the farm and spray this pesticide. It should keep the pests at bay for a while. Okay, accept that. I guess I'll have to do. Additional appearance rate of ingredients is increased by 50%. Recalls battlefields for the souls of the fallen. She escorts spirits of dead heroes to a plane beyond the mortal world and avenges the deaths of noble warriors who have been wrongfully slain. Okay, I guess that will have to go there. And I guess that one's done as well. Thank you very much. What's in the pesticide, you ask? Don't worry about it. We only use natural ingredients that won't hurt the environment. This particular pesticide can stop a certain type of bug from getting close. I can't let those insects destroy the farm I've worked so hard to build. Now the scholars can focus on the research and I'll make a good impression on the church. Okay, so it's a win-win for everyone. Another level. Hey there, Level. You ever think about using your newfound beefiness to help others? Yes, I do help others. It might be time to head over to Mirabelle's bulletin board to see if anyone needs a hand. I love that bow. Okay. This stone ceremonial tome was originally the church's book of spells. Blessings are written within it, but there are more than a few curses hidden there too. Okay, let's just... Okay, that. Okay, that. Close. Speed. What's this? Yeah, that's definitely very, very useful. General skills. Yeah, that'll do, I suppose. Whoever tore out the pages was probably looking for the curses. I need to know what kind of curses are inside the book. Breaking the curses seal requires some more materials, so I'll need your help to get them. Please go to Altar of the Moon and gather scale dust from the wings of the sprites. Oh. Spend with you, the more I see that you are a reliable partner. Oh, that's probably for her. When I see you being so sensitive, I worry I'm being too bold. If I ever come... Okay. Speed allows you to evade danger as well as giving you a better chance to attack. Okay. So collect wing scale and dust. Hopefully I'm near actually getting that key, man. I gotta say, I love this outfit. Wing scale and dust. What do I need to do? Manual. Okay, wait. From the wings of water front blights. Is it this thing? Yeah, it is. Okay. 4K, jeez. Wing scale and dust, and let's go here. And that can go. And I guess I'll open this. Don't forget to bring me along to dungeon. Every extra hand helps. What do you think about the dwarves? Why are you staring at me? Is there something on my face? Does your hair get in your eyes in battle? What do you think about the dwarves? What's wrong? Are you feeling okay? Have you always had such long hair? What do you normally fight for? We should go challenge the gluten Donnyland. What's wrong? Are you feeling okay? I heard that you see things with your heart. Okay. So I'm liking her already. Let's just take these guys out. Hopefully they'll give me some wing scale and dust. And actually, while I'm doing that, why don't I check if any of my friends are online? Not bad, I wasn't expecting you to be so strong. Is that it? Yeah, you're just gonna bow and go. Okay. Okay, great. Touch those to report quest progress. Okay, powder, lead, phosphorus. Is that this thing? No, that's wing scale and dust. Is that this thing? Okay, just a little sprinkle here. Rosy shakes a decent amount of scale dust on the pages. The seemingly normal pages suddenly glow and runic letters slowly appear. Okay, complete that. While I decode these lost curses, you should make a trip to Navia. After you report your actions to the church, there is a Templar who wants to meet you. Her name is Anya, and she dwells in the outskirts of Navia. You naturally feel a bit hesitant. You come to the Crescent Forest to borrow the key to open Starlight Treasure Chest. Why do tasks keep getting in the way of your goal? I still need some time to decipher the curses in the tome. I'll keep working on that. If I come up with anything, I'll tell Omar immediately. I might be done by the time you get back. Armadillo joking. 26? Oh yeah, I'm level 26 anyway, so. So I need to just accept that because of the mutations of your body. Oh, that can't be good. Those work should be done by now. Go back and look for her. The Eidolon seems interested too. Maybe you should look for a Templar. The view is in the northeast. You'll see the gates when you reach it. Okay, so I need to put this thing on. Well, actually, that was probably me accepting the quest. Well, that's a tunnel sealed by the church long ago. If not for the recent turmoil, my superiors wouldn't ask us to reopen any investigations related to the mutation. So what can I do for you? Okay, I guess I'll have to go talk to Anya then. Excuse me. Yeah, I think this is the new town, is it? I think so. Not another dungeon. King Khan. Okay, a confident female Templar stands before you, her bright red hair whipping in the wind. She must be the one Rosie mentioned, Templar Anya. Are you King Khan? I see. You're younger than I expected. Anya gives you a once-over, raising an eyebrow. You notice that for just a moment she seems surprised by Melody. She quickly hides her shock under Templar stoicism. There's that word again. You politely prepare to introduce yourself to Anya, hoping to dissolve her judging gaze. Anya, however, interrupts you as soon as you open your mouth. Forget the pleasantries, I know who you are. Go get some forest flower trap tendrils for me. Stunned, you aren't sure how to respond to the demand. The forest flower traps grow outside of you. Just pull the tendrils off of them. Don't ask why, just do it. We'll talk more when you finish. Okay, bossy. Mrs. Bossy Pants. Let's just put that on, I guess. She's still offline? Yeah. Okay, first I'd have to get tendril. Excuse me. Oh, wait a minute. I think I know where to put that invoice path. I don't know how I figured that out. Defeat Forest Flower Trap to get tendril. Okay, I guess I will have to do this. Let what be engraved upon the soul? Dipset, what the heck? Hail the glitch. Okay. So let's kill this. And button mashing for the win. So I need 4 more, and this one should do, I guess. Do you think that these opponents are too weak? Okay, so I need one more of these, and then hopefully once I give these to Anya, she will let me go back to, what's her name? She'll let me go back to Rosie, and then hopefully I can go back to Omar and then get the key. Okay, talk to Anya. Okay, automatic, whatever that is. You pass the forest flower trap tendrils to Anya. I see, she examines them carefully. Okay, complete. Now I need you to get me the splendid essence of the Navia bird brain. You are stumped and more than a little annoyed. You have no idea what Anya is up to. The spring water of the Navia possesses special energy. This energy is condensed within the bodies of the bird brains found outside Navia. The condensed essence of the river water should be inside the bodies of the bird brains. Combine a few condensed essences to make the splendid essence, then give it to me. What do you want, lady? Do what he says for now. I guess I don't have any other choice. The Templar has given us some curiously specific tasks. Do you think she's come across other envoys? Probably. Okay, condensed essence. Bird brain, okay. Just 4 more. What do I do with these fragments? I guess that'll have to do. But I have an idea. Okay, let's just use that. Level 70. I guess it'll have to do. What are you gonna say? Hey, are you okay? I'm impressed you survived that. Yeah, I'm okay, mate. Thanks. Okay, 2 more. Let's go after this one. One more. It appears I'm going to get another level in this episode as well. Should I just go until I reach level 28? I don't know. 4 or 5. Oh man. So I need 1 more. Okay, flesh meat. What is that? Thick, sold to certain merchants. Okay, control 5. Condensed essence. Okay, finally. Let's fuse these. And let's close that. There's Talia again. I just had splendid essence from you. You ask her why she needs the tendrils. You'll see soon enough, Anya says dismissively. She pulls out the flower-type tendrils and slashes a hole in one with a sharp knife. A light green liquid immediately oozes from the tendril. Anya murmurs an incantation you've never heard before. A faint hail of light emanates from the hole in the tendril. You remain suspicious of Anya's motive. Suddenly, the light converges on Merrily. The light quickly envelopes Merrily. Merrily closes its eyes and begins to hover in midair. Your heart begins to race. You scream at Anya to stop as you watch Merrily float higher and higher. Don't worry, I just need to get a handle on how much you can control the Eidolon. It won't hurt much. Anya drones with a twisted smile. After a moment, Merrily floats down to earth. It begins to squirm slightly, stretching. Don't worry, I'm okay. Merrily seems unaffected, but Anya's actions infuriate you. Furthermore, her mention of Eidolon scares you a bit. I'm sorry, I suppose I've been quite rude. When we meet people who can control an Eidolon, we must immediately know which side they've chosen. If they've already succumbed to evil, well, Anya trails off. You suddenly remember Brian and the bloodthirsty panther in the harbour. Brian was incredibly dangerous and unpredictable, so you suppose you can understand Anya's perspective. Yeah, I guess so. I guess I'll take those as well. Level 27. Okay, I guess that'll go there. This will have to go up one as well. Hey Larkstar, you're now part of the 27 Club. What, you mean the 27 Club isn't just for people who are level 27? Oh. Oh, that's funny. I love this girl. Are you sure you want to assign these points? Yep. I love this game. I really do. It's one of the best games I've played. To be honest, it's better than WoW. Okay, confirm. And I just use the flower-type tendrils as a means to conduct a simple test. I can confirm that you won't pose any threat to people at the moment. You are eager to get rid of the Eidolon, not wanting to be anything like Brian. However, when Anya says you are safe, you feel somewhat relieved. Ever since Rosie found out that you defeated the King of Flowertrap, she started to suspect that you were an envoy of Gaia, which would explain the Eidolon. You're so young, and you haven't gone through any rigorous training yet. That you came here for the key to the Starlight Treasure Chest and why you want it says that you haven't given in to the temptation of power yet. The splendid essence that you just collected was used to test the purity of your Eidolon. The color of the essence changes depending on the spiritual state of the one who collected it. That's how the Grand Bishop judges you. The Grand Bishop, you arch an eyebrow. Anya notices your surprise. What I mean, King Khan, is that the Grand Bishop wants to see you. I'll just bet you have some questions for him too. Oh, another sword. Weapon, I suppose, actually. Character level 28. Oh, man. Heal plus 10%. Blitzing Charm, Lead Secret Stone. I guess I'll have to accept it. Okay. I'd like to get one more level this episode, if I can. 1, okay. Numbers give strength. Try to group with friends more often. Why do you ask something like that? Why do you manipulate ice? What's up? You seem extremely cheerful today. I haven't noticed anything out of the ordinary. Sky Tower. Once you reach level 60, you can challenge photo op. Hide down the UI elements by pressing Alt H, then press print screen to take a screenshot of all of the clutter. Flee of all the clutter. Alt H. Alt H, then print screen. Okay. Another Siglin? Okay. Want to buy all Kingdom Cross, PM me. Petro. New message. Oh, this should be good. And I am lagging. Who's this from? Promotion. Welcome to gkplayer.com. Yeah. I don't want that. Cooking. There are all kinds of unique foods and ingredients found around the kingdom. If you... Okay. Eidolon leveling. Beef up your Eidolon with the items you've collected. Okay. Talk to Belinus. Okay. You gently hand the splendid essence to the Grand Bishop. You've come at last. The Grand Bishop examines the splendid essence. His tranquil smile eases your... Okay, the Grand Bishop peers at the essence, then glances at Merrily. He begins to recite a strange spell, and the essence glows more and more brightly with each word. Merrily watches silently. This essence tells me that your Eidolon is very powerful indeed. I can't tell if it will be a danger in the future, but it will continue to change. After hearing this, you tell the Grand Bishop what had happened to Brian and Scandia. A bloodthirsty panther had swallowed him, turning him into a savage beast. I regret to hear that. He couldn't resist the desire for power, and the Eidolon devoured him. Those who have power awakened in them by the Cube of Gaia can manipulate the imperceptible powers that pulse through this world and control them as well. You haven't heard about the Cube of Gaia for a while. You've always thought it existed only in myths and legends. You never dreamed it could be real. King Khan, you are the envoy of Gaia who can control Gaia's power, a legend summoned by the Cube of Gaia. Okay. So let's just take this and complete. Gaia's power can manifest in many great forms. You have seen this firsthand in the Eidolons. Each looks different, but each comes about through contact with a greater being. But the people of the world, even though they've heard of the coming of the envoys of Gaia, they cannot distinguish between Eidolons and monsters. You recall when you first became aware of Merrily's presence and how the citizens of Scandia thought you were being possessed by a demon. History tells us that most envoys of Gaia used their powers to fight against forces of darkness, but that some fell prey to it and brought suffering and pain into the world. Okay, the Grand Bishop pauses, silent for a moment. There are those, like that young man from the port, who are unable to withstand the temptation that comes with the Eidolons. They lose themselves in body or in mind. It is still unknown whether you will be able to bear the full magnitude of the Eidolon's power, but there is yet time for you to grow. If you require any aid that we may offer, speak with Gus, our guard officer, and tell him what you need. Okay, accept that. And talk to Gus. Looks like Rosie was right. You are young, but let me say, the way you were able to handle that business with the magic flower and Lunarine had us impressed. You feel a bit bashful as Gus looks you up and down as though he can't quite believe you're who Rosie was talking about. Sorry, didn't mean to embarrass you there. I'm Gus, the guard officer. He smiles and gives you a curt bow. If you're ever in trouble or you need to make a report to the Grand Bishop, just come see me in the audience chamber. No appointment needed. You fight many battles as an envoy of Gaia. Let's not add bureaucracy to your list of troubles. Okay. I've heard that you're looking for a way for one to sever the link to an Eidolon. Is that true? You purse your lips and give a resolute nod. We know it's technically possible. There are a few very old books in the church's library that record someone's success in returning Eidolons to a dormant state. Unfortunately, the account includes very hard details of the method they use. Perhaps in your travels you'll discover how it may be done. Okay, you've traveled a long way to get here. How about taking some time to see the sights and get to know the city? There are many shops and places worth to visit, and some are sure to be useful to you as you continue your journey. Navia is truly the jewel of the Melina continent. It's said that it was here that the people of Terra were first instructed in the ways of legends, crafts, and even magic, by divine beings who descended from the Aura Kingdom. You nod, remembering how from the time you were young you always heard how Navia was a resplendent sacred place. You tell Gus that you'd hoped to one day make the journey to Navia, but that never in your wildest dreams thought that when you finally visited the holy city it would be as an envoy of Gaia. The church is set to announce a writ strengthening Navia's security. For it to go over smoothly, we need the support of the city's merchants. Can you go out and explain to them what we have in mind? That would really help smooth the way for us. You nod, saying you're always willing to lend a hand. Gus. If you could only see a solemn, dutiful expression right now. I'm not asking you for volunteer work, you know. There's compensation in it for you, of course. The real value, though, is in getting to know the people of the city. You never know when you might need a service one of them provides. Take this declaration of eminent domain and start by visiting Petunia in the Dome Square. She's one of the city's most respectful merchants, and getting her an agreement would be a good influence on the others. Okay. Talk to Petunia. Okay. I really need to organize this quite a bit. Well, I don't want accessories. Exclusive accessories can only boost the size of the fee. You can obtain these accessories by challenging the Eidolons when they show up at the Gillen Manor. Okay. Yeah, snakes. We all know. Okay. Ooh. Hey, look up there. It's the cube of Gaia. Haha, no, it's just a replica, but it's still pretty cool, isn't it? Yeah, it is, mate. It is. See ya. Okay. So Petunia is the skull. Welcome. We've got armor that will keep enemy stabby parts out of your soft parts. Okay. Have a look at whatever strikes your fancy. I'll trade in used gear towards the purchase of new armor. Show me level 30 to 40 basic armor. Petunia sees the declaration of eminent domain in your hand, but rather than looking satisfied, she seems disappointed. And I'm losing flames again. Why didn't Gus just come over himself? It feels like ages since he stopped by. There's a gaggle of ladies who do business in Dome Square pining to meet him. You hand Petunia the declaration of eminent domain and tell her what Gus told you. Of course, if the church has that large of a need for equipment, it's going to be a profitable venture for me, but still, I'm a bit surprised. Getting us on board with an actual contract? Are they planning on some kind of major deployment? Petunia looks expectantly at you, as if requesting some kind of explanation. You can only shake your head, saying that you're not really sure what the church's larger plan is. Okay, complete that. It's an unusual request for the church to make, but it seems you don't know much more about it than I do. Petunia follows her brow as she looks at you. You shift a bit uncomfortably, stating again that you don't know much about the agreement. Well, I'm going to give this a thorough read over, but don't just stand there waiting. I don't care if the church dispatch you or not. I've got a business to run here. In fact, you can help compensate me for my lost time. See that circle over there? Take some of these flyers and hand them out to any travelers you might see. Petunia smiles broadly as she flops a fat stack of flyers into your hands. Will you just conscript it again? Okay. Oh, I guess accept that. I guess I'll just have to go from here. As much as I don't want to sell that, I guess I'll have to. Excuse me. What's this? The Penance Gauntlets. I'll need those. I'll also need that. I'm gonna get a lot of stuff at level 28. Okay, yellow teeth. You can have that. Damaged gear, you can have that. Shiny seed, you can have that. Beavis, level message in a bottle. Stack of flyers, common sage. Okay, healing potion. No, wait a minute. Condensed essence? What? Okay, that was from the last thing, I think. So let's actually sell that. Let's see, is that a secret stone? Yes. Crap. Okay, I guess we'll have to go around. Except for selling and laying and extracting. If still vouchers given to you for completing flame quests, you can turn them into me for the secret stone lucky pack. Okay, no. Is this going in? Pizza assistant, he's too busy to handle chores around here, so I get to do everything except selling. Okay, still vouchers. No, I need to talk to this Pete guy. For the sake, if you want to learn, I want to. Okay. So let's take this out. Extract. And we're just extracting it to upgrade it, and then we can inlay it again. Is that it? Refine. $26. Okay, I guess I will have to do this. And what I should also do is equipment fortification. Yeah, let's actually fortify that. I guess we may as well. 4570. Okay. Flyers distributed. What is this? You already gave me one to make paper airplanes with any others. Didn't I tell you I don't need one? Do you understand words when you hear them? It's just a flyer. Why are you so resistant? And another hour. What are those flyers? Stack of flyers. Platoon putting up. Help her deliver them to the traveler standing around Navia. Oh, okay. Is there any more? Okay. If only everyone was so polite. Okay. What? Am I dropping flames or what happened? I've probably given one to him already. I don't know. The question is there travelers inside? Armor Merchant Petunia. Let's give one to this guy. What, do I get a special discount if I collect 10 flyers? Okay. You already gave him one. I'll just make paper airplanes out of any others. Okay. Meanie. Was cancelled. I'm fine with what I have right now, but thanks for the heads up. Being turned down, but he was okay. Quest conditions to complete. You tell Petunia that you finally managed to hand out all the flyers without even using your Eidolon to intimidate people into taking them. Okay. Thank you, that was quite helpful. Anyway, after reading through the agreement, I've decided to sign it. Raising the city's alert level is a serious matter, so I couldn't just casually sign without knowing what I was getting into. Time to fire up the forge and get working on that equipment. Then we can iron out everything with some fortification wizardry. Okay, you know about fortification, right? It's a method we use to strengthen weapons or toughen up pieces of armor.
Use fortification scrolls to enhance the attributes of your equipment. This process consumes Gaia fragments. You can obtain Gaia fragments by disassembling weapons and armor.
Oh, okay.
Right-click a fortification scroll to open the fortification window. Drag the piece of equipment you want to improve to the open slot. You will see its current status. A failed fortification will add a few points to the item's potential. If that reaches 100, the item will raise by 1 level. A successful fortification will increase the item's attack or defense. Have fun fortifying your equipment.
Okay. It's not exactly easy to get a hold of these tools, but you never know when the power or defense fortification glance could be the thing that grants you victory or saves your skin. Okay, so complete that. Petunia hands you the signed declaration. A friendly word of advice here, getting my endorsement is good, but a document like this only has power if most merchants are on board with it. You need armor smiths, weapons sellers, and item vendors all in support. You should go show this to Sergei. I've heard from him that weapon manufacturers are having some problems sourcing the materials they need. Going by the amounts listed in this declaration, he'll need to get those supply issues fixed yesterday. Okay. So talk to Sergei. You'll be more powerful and your attacks were more direct. I'll teach you some techniques later. Eidolons can live forever. Have you thought about your life after we... Okay, you hand the Declaration of Eminent Domain to Sergei. Without a word, Sergei's eyes dart over the list. His blood follows. He sets it down, but he signs it without further questions. Gus gave me heads up that this was coming last time I saw him, but it was only in the draft stage then. Okay, I guess that's... Those who craft weapons know that the finest ore comes from the Demalek mines. The thing is, we haven't received any shipments from them for a while. You ask why the mines haven't sent anything to Navi and whether you should pass this info on to Gus. It's okay, Gus already knows. He told me the church is currently investigating the matter, but seemed cagey when I asked him for more details. I'll bring it up with him later. You should take this to Eve the Gross and let her have a look at it. Okay, except that I heard you see things with your heart. Is it true that Eidolons can live forever? Have you thought about your life after we part ways? I never expected that you would ask me such a question. What do you do when you're in a bad mood? Do you know of any places of interest in Halonia Coast? Can the chosen warriors get your kiss? That's correct, but you forgot to mention the most important point. I'll only kiss those warriors who die heroically on the battlefield. Okay. Do you know anything interesting about Halonia Coast? Does your hair get in your eyes in battle? What are the benefits of joining Guild? Okay. What's wrong with long hair? Okay. Talk to Eve to the point of the quest progress. Okay, talk to the Glosser. If this didn't come from Gus, I'd think it was some kind of practical joke. Gus seems to be a busy man these days. Even the nights are seldom in town for more than a day or two at a time. Something must be happening, right? You're still wondering why all the merchant ladies would want to meet Gus. Eve smiles, seeming to lead your thoughts to the expression. Don't worry, I won't blab this around to the citizens. I know Gus would be annoyed if this whole matter caused the people of the city to worry. But if I'm going to make this much medicine, I'll need a lot of herbs, and it'll probably take a while to get a stable supply. Eve ponders the preparation she would have to make as she signs the agreement. Okay, complete that, I guess. I'm almost at 28. Okay, good. Most of what I use in my potions come from Cactucala Forest. Every year around this time, the folks who normally collect herbs are all agog over that robot competition they have. You should visit them sometime. The dwarves out in Cactucala Forest are real wizards with machines. I've heard they can even convert plant energy into mechanical energy. That's wild. You nod and take back the paper from Eve, noticing that there are still some blank lines awaiting signatures. You should take this to the bank now to make it official. That would be Thorn you need to speak to. He's inside the square, and I'm sure seeing this will fire up his curiosity. Okay, accept that. And who... That is a nice Eidolon. Or was it an Eidolon? It was probably that guy with wings. Was it a girl? I don't know. Fat hips. I'm guessing it's a girl then. Okay, talk to Thorn. And I have dropped flames again. Let's just hope I don't disconnect. Holy crap, that is a big bird. Okay, you hand the document now with many merchant signatures to Thorn. Alright, let me see what you've got. Thorn takes the document from you and begins to quickly scan the papers, a frown slowly forming on his face. While you weren't kidding about it being an important matter, I'll have to make it a top priority for the moment to ensure the city's merchants have no trouble in funding their shipments. I guess it's that swindler's lucky day. Wondering if you might be able to lend a hand. You're on commission from the guard officer, correct? Maybe you can help me catch the thief. They made a clean getaway with a valuable deposit, and now I don't know how to break it to the client. Okay, complete that. 91. Okay, not too long ago, a very important client deposited some very valuable jewelry with us for safekeeping. But while the jewelry was being transported to the vault, one of the set's crowning pieces, a necklace, was stolen. You see why Thorn was setting over the theft and asked if he has any leads. Right then, I saw a small figure clutching the necklace, making a getaway. He was small, but really quick on his feet. I've already asked the city's gatekeepers to keep the eyes out for the necklace with anyone meeting the description of the culprit, but so far, nothing. A few days go by, and then just now I thought I saw him, a guy who looks just like the thief wandering around the square. Either he's here to unload the necklace to a buyer, or he's canvassing the area for new victims. While I work on processing the declaration of eminent domain, I'd like you to look into this thief, and if you can, recover the necklace. Okay. Fleet-footed Addy. Addy? I don't know. Let's just go near here. Come ride on my ostrich cat. I'll show you the famous attractions of Navia. Okay. Fleet-footed Addy. Crap. That's better. Okay. Talk to Thorn. Yeah, I'll talk to Thorn, I guess. You tell Thorn that the thief was none other than fleet-footed Andy. Oh, okay. And hand the stolen ruby necklace to him. It's only the stolen necklace. How did you wait? I'm not sure I'd believe you if you told me. Thorn's eyes, previously glued to a pile of documents, seemed to sparkle with joy. The owner of that necklace is a bigwig with the Sancni Alliance on the Watt mainland. If we fumbled our dealings with them, we'd lose so many business opportunities that it'd make my head spin. Okay, and that's hopefully now level 28. Yes! Woo! Okay, let me actually Holy Ground Slasher. You gotta sell tobacco payloads. Okay. I guess let's just put that one up and that up. Okay. Okay. Let me just see, what are these? Face, head, back, weapon. You've got the skill to back up your words. Where did you train? I was asking Petunia about you just a while ago, but we realized we don't really... I guess that'll have to do for now. Where did you train? I was asking Petunia about you just a while ago, but we realize we don't really know anything about you. You tell Thorn about your simple origins and of how you were able to meet the Grand Bishop through a recommendation from Anya and Pleasant Hill. Anya's got the glitch match beauty. I hope you won't put off too much initially by her demeanor. She and anyone who makes it into the Templars has a skill to back up a good deal of boasting. Maybe you can learn something from her. Talking with Thorn reminds you that you ought to go back and see Anya. Okay, so accept that. And recommended events. I guess I'll have to take that. I guess let's just use these. Okay, actually, before we equip that sword, let's extract this. Actually, you need to go here. Who's that? Okay, so I need to go here. Okay. Secret Stone Merchant Pete. Okay. So let's skip this. I want to embed extract upgrade. Okay, extract from this. And I don't think I have any secret stones so that I can upgrade, but let's put this in inlay. And then I can equip this new sword, thankfully. Nocturnal Sculpted Great Sword, +1. Okay. Equip that. Equip that. Equip that. I guess equip that. And have I anything else? Level 28 I can equip? No, I don't think so. Let's salvage gear then. Let's... No. Moonbeam necklace, let's salvage that. Moonbeam ring, let's salvage that. And... actually, I'll have to unequip this. And we may as well fortify. Okay. Emergency bulletin board. Sky tile 4F. Little primordial flower trap, okay. Okay. Summon her. And weather clap is on you. Go find Temple on the outside of it. Maybe you can help find out the reason for that commotion. Yeah, she is quite a way away. Okay. So we meet again. Anya nods to you. You're just about to tell Anya what the Grand Bishop said to you, but before you can start, she cuts in. Let me guess, she wants me to do something else. I'm not your superior. You don't have to report to me. You're an envoy guy. You've got a job to do just as I do. But no matter what happens, promise me you won't lose yourself. You begin to notice that Anya seems to make things sound gloomy when she talks about them. And judging by her expression, she noticed that you noticed it. Ahem. Anyway, we've received some unusual reports from the Navia's Eastern Ward, and you've come back just in time to assist with our investigation. Okay, complete that. Not long after you left, there was a commotion in the east, right where we set up the Boulder Keepers. The church once placed these keepers around the Alabastron Temple. They're meant to keep people from entering. However, those guards have become restless. I fear something big must have happened inside the temple. Please go to the east and make the rounds at Alabastron Temple to find out what happened. If my suspicions are correct, you may also need to make a trip to the Altar of the Moon. Great. Well, at least it's only running. I don't need to go and kill anything. Let's actually minimize that. Generally, the gem on the altar still seems to... okay. Wound, Legion, Party Channel, Whisper. Let's actually add that in. Damage token, damage don't. Recruitment. Guns are wandering where they attack anyone who gets near. Enter Pleasant Hill, okay. Outside the Alabastron Temple. Okay. Are they gonna give me this key or not? Full of gnomes and robots, no one knows why. Traveling merchant to Angie. I wonder when I get a new mount. Well, at least when I get to talk to Beavis. The porters also be a patrol to Anya. Gnomes completely surround the Alabastron Temple ruins, and the Altar of the Moon is disturbingly abandoned. I never would have guessed that the gnomes would activate the defense mechanism. As you observe, the Altar of the Moon is empty. The crescent gem that was originally offered at the altar is crucial if you want to break the seal on the Alabastron Temple. Apparently, the Mistwalker tribe plans to invade the Alabastron Temple. We have to report this to the church. Okay. Complete that quest. Get rid of those guards. They begun to rebel, and they are no longer of use to the church. I'll notify the church about this. Your voice shall fear that the gnomes might invade the ruins. I'm not too worried about that. If you just have the Crescent Gem, but not the spell that breaks the ceiling, you can't remove the temple seal. You need both components. Okay, first get rid of the Alabastron Temple guards, then report the situation to the Lunaland Village Chief. Also, ensure that the villagers stay away from the Alabastron Temple ruins. Okay, except that, I think I'm going to get to level 29 as well. White stone golem. At least I don't need to gather anything, so I just need to... Okay, medium HP potion. At least I don't need to gather anything, so I only need to kill maximum 5. Okay, so let's take you down. Come on, man. I wonder if these guys know that Melly doesn't want to leave me, so they're purposefully making me do jobs so that we'd spend longer together and I like change my mind or something. I don't know. It sounds plausible. In the meantime, why don't we go find these ceiling stone golems? Button mash! Okay, Alt 1. What does that even do? Channel guy energy to a down friendly target to revive and heal them. Oh! Find the miracle of love. Okay. Okay. The abilities, however, this one, Troll Berserker Varus couldn't even scratch you. I guess let's just use this. You captured Troll Berserker Varus, pick up the crate and deliver it to Albert the Lunaland Village Guard. Right. Well then the question is, where's the crate? Okay. What is that, a daily quest? Talk to Omar. This is going to be like a two-hour episode. But I got a lot done, and I got quite a few levels. 5. So... probably I'll end up getting a 6th one as well. Actually, I want to check something. Does it say levels? No, it doesn't. Talk to Omar to report your quest progress. You tell the village chief about the runaway guards. What the heck could this happen? The Crescent Gem has been stolen too. Omar links his hands in water. You notice Rosie standing alongside him. This is bad news. You might not know this, but the text written on the torn-out pages of the stolen command ceremonial tome contained a spell capable of opening the temple. I've recreated the wax seal. It is the totem of the Ventos Prairie Makar tribe. Okay. That means that the Makar might have commanded the gnomes to steal the ceremonial tome, the ceremonial vessel, and even the Crescent Gem. They desperately want to get into the Alabastron Temple. Okay, complete that. This just keeps getting worse. The key to the Starlight treasure chest is in the Altar of the Moon. We can't get the key without the Crescent Gem. Oh, okay. So that's what all of these were for. Okay. Omar stammers, a sheen of sweat glistening on his forehead. Even though the wax seal comes from the Makar, we can't take any chances. They never made trouble here before. According to Makar tradition, if you surrender to an enemy, you must wear his bladed rope. If the gnomes are really working for the Makar, they should have Makar-colored bladed ropes tied somewhere on their bodies. Go to the temple ruins, get a good look at the Mistwalker bandits, and check if they have the ropes. Okay. So I just need to take a look at these. Oh, what is this? Okay, secret stones. Okay, so I actually need to defeat these. It looks like Anthony's also sent some people to investigate the Alabastron Temple ruins. Why don't you ask him if he needs help too? Click the arena icon next to the minimap to register. I guess let's close this. Let's actually change her out. See you, mate. Cloth patch. Great. So 2 of those. And that is getting in my way. How many? That's 3. Should have 4 by now. How about 70%? What was that? I just hope you drop another one. Why not? I need another one, I need another one, I need another one. What was that? Okay. Talk to Omar. Oh man, I'm tired. Shoma, the Bladed Lopes. I guess the Macaw the only island charge. Though she is very knowledgeable, so I'm sure she's right about the totem. The Macaw involvement makes everything much more complicated. Okay, complete that. And I don't need secret stones. What's... Small experience crystal, molecular locks, glimmering secret stone, cloth patch. Okay. The gems, whatever the heck that is. Armadillo headgear. So I need to go talk to Anthony. I've sent my assistant who specializes in machinery to investigate the current situation at the Alabastron Temple. After all, the gnomes are also very adept at mechanics. They've likely set traps to keep us away. You explain that Anya has already reported back to the church. You suggest that you should wait for the church's army. It'll take too long for the army to assemble, and besides, aren't you in a hurry to get the key due to your little spirit problem? The village chief's probably worried sick about you. My assistant is smart, but he can't fight his way out of a paper bag. While he investigates, please take out the Mistwalker bandits at Alabastron Temple Ruins. Okay, that should be easy enough. Come on, quest thing, pop up. Is it just because I've gone down flames, or what? There we are. Okay, close this, and let's go and defeat these Mistwalker bandits. Server's busy. I know that, mate. It's being slow. Do you know what? I'll probably just do this quest and then cut the recording. I can't record anymore. Ugh. I got a headache. What the heck are these Mistwalker bandits? Oh. You want to bet? Let's see who gets the authority challenged. Okay. How many? 4. I need to kill 6 more. Well, that's what that is. Okay. When divine energy is fully charged, press and hold down the button. Okay, summons the evil and vanishing sword with... well, like cutting and dealing damage to enemies in a straight line, giving... damage dealt plus 10%. Whatever the heck's that for? Whatever the heck that's for. Why am I fighting the Mistwalker Chief again? Okay, one more. And I don't want to fight the Mistwalker Chief. Fuck it, I'll do it. Okay, talk to Anthony. But I don't miss important details. You're really skilled. This must be because of all the trials you've been through, right? I swear I'll protect you, even if it means sacrificing my life. Aw! You're really important to me. Without you, who would I train with? If you encounter any problems during your adventures, don't hesitate to let me know. I never realized that you're so cultured. You're such a deep thinker. Okay. How do you learn to see things with your heart? I felt kinda lonely lately. I wonder why... Okay, thank you very much. Our village is normally a tranquil, safe place. I wonder why so many terrible things are happening at the same time. Okay, complete that. Paolo sent word that many of the Mistwalker invaders at the ruins are formidable foes. These gnomes are clever, skilled, and adept to battle. If you don't get rid of them first, it will be very difficult to take any other actions. You ought to concentrate on dealing with the invaders first. When you finish that, meet up with Paolo, my assistant. You know what? Let's just accept that. Does your hair get in your eyes, Melon? What do you do when you're in a bad mood? With battle, of course, friends will do if there are no enemies handy. Please inform me about your elemental symbols. What kind of person can be called a warrior? Is it true that Eidolons can live forever? I don't know whether Eidolons really have eternal lives. Equipment comes in sets. If you wear a complete set, you'll benefit from some powerful bonuses, although I can be a little... Okay. Anything else? No? Okay. I guess let's just wear that. What are these? One second. Papa, I want a little bit. Sorry about that, you guys. I guess I'll just cut the recording here. Let me just salvage some gear so you can go, and you can go, and I guess you can go as well. And I guess this one can go as well. And anything else? No? Okay, I'm gonna cut the recording here. I can't... I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.